Hey everyone, welcome to The Reality Access. Here we bring you the latest 90-day fiancé news and exclusive updates every day. If you enjoy the video, subscribe to the channel now. 90-day fiancé, I'm disappointed with Jenny Slatin and Sumit Singh's emotional relationship update. I absolutely hate that 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After star Sumit Singh has shared an emotional update about his relationship with Jenny Slatin. Sumit is a 35-year-old man from Delhi who first appeared in 90-Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 1 with Jenny, who was 30 years older than him. There was no reason for Sumit and Jenny to have been compatible, even with their massive age gap, but they were. Sumit and Jenny's storyline also had a lot of appearances from his family to show scenes where Sumit begged and cried to be accepted by them. Sumit's mother even threatened suicide to stop him from marrying Jenny. I have been missing watching this kind of drama on 90-Day Fiancé because all other couples, old and new, can never compare. I would love to have them back on the show, but it's Sumit who's left me convinced that they won't return. I started watching 90-Day Fiancé The Other Way because of Jenny and Sumit. The first season had already aired and I was hooked by the catfish angle. The season had a host of plot twists for these two, including Sumit's ex-wife. If we list down the most jaw-dropping catfishing stories in the franchise, Jenny and Sumit will be at the top of the list. Jenny had knowingly decided to date Sumit after she realized she'd been scammed. Meanwhile, Sumit had hidden a whole wife from Jenny for over 2 years. I don't know what Sumit was thinking when he okayed Jenny moving to India in Season 2 of The Other Way while being married to someone else. How could I ever forget Sumit's parents trying to test Jenny's flexibility by teaching her yoga and performing something called Neti Yoga to scare American Jenny and get rid of her? Jenny and Sumit's storyline was a Bollywood movie in itself. The only thing missing was them breaking out into a random song and dance routine. However, something had convinced me Sumit was going to break Jenny's heart sooner or later. Instead, Sumit proved me and millions of other fans wrong by sticking to Jenny's side. Even those who thought Sumit was with Jenny for a green card were proved wrong, since it's been over 3 years since Sumit and Jenny married. They are still living in India in the same house that fans have come to love and emoting the same kind of love for each other that they had on the show. Fans like me have been following the couple's journey on Instagram. I haven't found anyone like you. How can I find it? It doesn't exist anywhere. As far as I can see, you only. I don't even look ahead of that. In October 2024, Sumit revealed they were still going strong. He posted a heartfelt message for Jenny on his Instagram page. Sumit's message to Jenny with an unseen video of Jenny dancing on a sunny day after celebrating Holi was a sight for sore eyes. They received comments such as, "My favorite couple, I wish to see y'all on the show again sometime," which was posted by Neptuni1969. I agreed with everything the fan had to say about Jenny and Sumit. However, Jenny and Sumit have been missing from all the major spin-offs. They are being ignored. Jenny and Sumit's storyline may have missed the oomph and the theatrics for the show to consider replacing them with someone else. After Sumit's family, including his mother, accepted Jenny, Jenny may have stopped cleaning the kitchen altogether. Jokes aside, Sumit and Jenny were recently in the news when in May 2024, she reached out to the official 90-Day Fiancé casting Instagram page at 90-Day Fiancé Cast and asked them to cast her again. Jenny wrote, "Jenny and Sumit would love to be back on The Other Way." Jenny was acting desperate for no good reason. She wanted the casting team to know that a lot had happened in their lives after the show. However, those fans who read her comment told Jenny that she didn't need to come back. Someone even told Jenny that she and Sumit were so boring. I'm not sure who these fans were, but telling Sumit and Jenny to keep away from the show was harsh. Meanwhile, Jenny and Sumit were unbothered. Still, it's starting to look like the naysayers will win in this situation, since Jenny and Sumit might never return. All the possible dramatic situations that could have given fans a reason to watch the 90-Day Fiancé The Other Way and 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After have been dealt with. Sumit and Jenny are happy together with zero problems in their marriage. There is indeed no reason for them to make a comeback, unless they stage a split, which I believe is something the couple can never do, since Sumit's emotional note to his wife says it all. As someone who has followed the 90 Day Fiancé franchise for years, I never imagined I would feel disappointed over a couple being happy. Yet here I am, genuinely conflicted after reading Sumit Singh's latest emotional update about his marriage to Jenny Slaughton. My frustration isn't rooted in scandal or heartbreak, it's the opposite. His deeply romantic words make it seem increasingly likely that Jenny and Sumit may never return to the messy, dramatic universe that made them reality TV icons in the first place. Sumit, now 35 and born and raised in Delhi, first appeared on 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way, Season 1, with Jenny, the American woman who was 3 decades older than him. From the start, their relationship looked improbable. The 30-year age gap alone triggered disbelief. Add cultural differences, generational divides, and vastly different life experiences, and most viewers assumed the relationship was doomed. On paper, nothing aligned. Yet, against logic and public opinion, they formed a bond that refused to break. Their storyline didn't just entertain, it dominated conversations. Jenny and Sumit brought intensity, unpredictability, and unforgettable drama. A huge part of that tension stemmed from Sumit's family, who were passionately against the relationship. Viewers witnessed tearful confrontations where Sumit pleaded with his parents for acceptance. He cried openly on camera. He begged. He chose Jenny repeatedly, even when it meant emotional warfare at home. One of the most shocking scenes in franchise history remains the moment when Sumit's mother threatened suicide to prevent him from marrying Jenny. That wasn't typical reality TV conflict. It felt cinematic, dramatic, and emotionally overwhelming, like a climactic scene in a Bollywood epic. The stakes felt real. The consequences felt devastating. I genuinely miss that level of raw emotion on 90 Day Fiancé. New couples come and go, but very few storylines have delivered the same gripping intensity. Jenny and Sumit's Jenny had twists that no scriptwriter could invent. I've often hoped they would return to reclaim that space. However, after Sumit's recent public declaration of love, I'm starting to believe their reality TV chapter may truly be over. I began watching The Other Way specifically because of them. By the time I discovered the show, Season 1 had already aired. The infamous catfish revelation pulled me in instantly. If we were to compile a list of the most shocking catfishing stories in the entire franchise, Jenny and Sumit would rank at the very top. Sumit initially pretended to be someone else online. When Jenny discovered the deception, she had every reason to walk away permanently. Instead, she made the surprising choice to continue the relationship even after learning the truth. That alone made headlines, but the bombshells kept coming. For more than 2 years, Sumit concealed the fact that he was already married. While promising Jenny a future, he was living a double life. The moment his secret wife was exposed remains one of the most jaw-dropping revelations ever aired in the 90 Day universe. Even now, it's hard to comprehend how Sumit agreed to let Jenny relocate to India during Season 2 while he was still legally married. The emotional risk was staggering. The fallout could have destroyed everyone involved. And yet, somehow, they continued pushing forward. Then came the unforgettable attempts by Sumit's parents to drive Jenny away. The so-called yoga tests felt both surreal and strategic. They introduced her to neti yoga and other cultural practices, which many viewers interpreted as subtle intimidation tactics. Watching Jenny try to adapt, clearly uncomfortable yet determined, felt like watching a dramatic film, except it was unfolding in real life. Their story had everything: forbidden love, cultural clashes, deception, tears, parental rejection, and eventual reconciliation. It truly resembled a Bollywood romance. All it lacked was a choreographed dance sequence in a colorful marketplace. Despite their perseverance, I always feared Sumit would ultimately hurt Jenny. The societal pressure in India was immense. The criticism over their age gap never stopped. Family honor, tradition, and expectation weighed heavily on him. It seemed inevitable that something would crumble. But Sumit defied those expectations. He didn't walk away. He didn't choose the easier path. He stood by Jenny. He divorced his previous wife. He married Jenny despite the consequences. He consistently chose love over comfort. Many critics insisted he was pursuing Jenny for a U.S. green card. That theory has long since been debunked. It's been more than 3 years since their wedding, and they are still living in India. If immigration had been his primary goal, he would have pushed to move immediately. Instead, they remain in the same home viewers recognize, living a seemingly stable and content life together. Like many fans, I followed their Instagram updates closely. Their posts show everyday moments, cooking, celebrating festivals, dancing, laughing. Then, in October 2024, Sumit shared a message that stopped me in my tracks. "I haven't found anyone like you. How can I find it? It doesn't exist anywhere. As far as I can see, you only. I don't even look ahead of that." He paired the caption with a sweet video of Jenny dancing joyfully after celebrating Holi. Sunlight filled the frame. Color powder lingered in the air. Jenny looked carefree and genuinely happy. It wasn't staged drama. It felt real and intimate. Fans flooded the comments with love. One user wrote, "My favorite couple, I wish to see y'all on the show again sometime." I echoed that sentiment immediately. For many of us, Jenny and Sumit embodied the emotional core of The Other Way. Yet, despite fan support, they've been absent from recent spin-offs. They haven't appeared on Happily Ever After or other extensions. It feels as though the franchise has quietly shifted focus. Perhaps their storyline no longer offers the explosive conflict producers seek. After years of resistance, Sumit's family, including his once fierce mother, ultimately accepted Jenny. The main source of tension dissolved. Without heated confrontations, there may be less incentive for networks to bring them back. In May 2024, Jenny directly reached out to the casting team via Instagram, writing, "Jenny and Sumit would love to be back on The Other Way." It was bold and transparent. She hinted that significant life events had occurred since their last appearance. However, the internet can be unkind. Some commenters dismissed the idea. A few labeled them boring. That reaction felt unfair. After delivering one of the most dramatic arcs in franchise history, reducing them to dull seemed dismissive. Still, perhaps there's truth in the idea that conflict drives ratings. At present, Jenny and Sumit appear happy. Their marriage seems steady. There are no major scandals or explosive feuds making headlines. From a reality TV perspective, calm stability doesn't always generate excitement. The irony is striking. For years, viewers doubted their longevity. Now that they've proven critics wrong by thriving, their very happiness might push them out of the spotlight. Unless something dramatic unfolds, which I sincerely hope it doesn't, there may be little incentive for producers to revisit their story. And judging by Sumit's heartfelt words, fabricating drama would feel completely inauthentic. His message wasn't crafted for publicity. It wasn't a teaser for a new season. It was a sincere expression of love. Perhaps that's the true ending of their saga. Not a breakup, not betrayal, just two people who endured immense pressure and chose each other anyway. While I would love to see them back on 90 Day Fiancé, I also recognize that their journey may have reached its natural conclusion within the franchise. I have to admit something that I never thought I would say as a longtime fan of the franchise. I'm genuinely disappointed by the latest emotional relationship update from 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After star Sumit Singh about his marriage to Jenny Slatin. And no, it's not because something terrible happened between them. It's actually the opposite. It's because his heartfelt message makes it feel more and more likely that Jenny and Sumit may never return to the dramatic world of 90 Day Fiancé again. Sumit, now 35 years old and originally from Delhi, first introduced viewers to his unconventional love story with Jenny Slatin on 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way Season 1. Jenny, who is 30 years older than Sumit, immediately became one of the most talked about cast members in the show's history. On paper, nothing about their relationship made sense. The age difference alone shocked audiences. Cultural differences, family expectations, and life stages seemed completely misaligned. And yet, somehow, against all odds, they worked. From the very beginning, their storyline was chaotic, unpredictable, and utterly addictive. Sumit and Jenny didn't just bring romance to the screen, they brought explosive drama. Much of that drama revolved around Sumit's family, who were fiercely opposed to the relationship. Viewers watched scene after scene of Sumit crying, pleading, and begging his parents for acceptance. It was emotional television at its peak. Who could ever forget the moment when Sumit's mother threatened suicide to stop him from marrying Jenny? That scene alone cemented their storyline as one of the most intense in franchise history. It wasn't just reality TV, it felt like a full-blown Bollywood saga unfolding in real time. To be honest, I've missed that kind of raw, high-stakes drama on 90 Day Fiancé. No matter how many new couples join the franchise, few have been able to match the emotional roller coaster that Jenny and Sumit delivered. I would love to see them return and reclaim that space. But lately, Summit's own words have convinced me that it may never happen. I originally started watching The Other Way because of Jenny and Sumit. By the time I tuned in, Season 1 had already aired, and I quickly became obsessed after hearing about the infamous catfish storyline. If we were to rank the most shocking catfishing arcs in the entire 90-day universe, Jenny and Sumit would easily sit at the very top. Sumit had initially presented himself as someone completely different online. When Jenny discovered she had been catfished, she could have walked away forever. Instead, she made the shocking decision to continue the relationship, knowingly choosing to date Sumit after learning the truth. That alone was dramatic enough. But the twists didn't stop there. For over 2 years, Sumit hid the fact that he was married to another woman. Let that sink in. While promising his love and future to Jenny, he had a whole wife at home. The revelation of his secret marriage remains one of the most jaw-dropping moments in franchise history. Even now, I still question what Sumit was thinking when he agreed to let Jenny move to India during Season 2 while he was still legally married. The risk, the deception, the emotional fallout, it was wild. And then came the unforgettable scenes with his parents attempting to scare Jenny away. Who could forget the yoga tests? Summit's parents tried to evaluate Jenny's flexibility, both physically and culturally. They introduced her to practices like neti yoga in what many fans believed was an attempt to intimidate her and push her out of their son's life. Watching Jenny awkwardly try to adapt to these situations felt like watching a scripted drama film, except it was real. Their entire storyline felt like a Bollywood movie. It had forbidden love, family betrayal, tears, confrontation, and cultural tension. The only thing missing was a spontaneous dance number in the middle of a street festival. Despite all that, part of me always believed that Sumit would eventually break Jenny's heart. The odds were stacked too high. The pressure from his family seemed unbearable. The age gap criticism never stopped. It felt inevitable that something would collapse. But instead, Sumit surprised me and millions of other viewers by staying loyal to Jenny. He chose her. He married her. He stood beside her even when it meant disappointing his parents and challenging societal expectations. Many skeptics believed Sumit was only with Jenny for a green card. That theory has been thoroughly disproven. It has been over 3 years since they tied the knot, and they are still living in India. They remain in the same house fans recognize from the show. Their day-to-day life appears stable and loving. If Summit's plan had been to move to America immediately, it would have happened by now. Fans like me have continued following their journey on Instagram, where they regularly share glimpses of their life together. And then came the emotional post that left me conflicted. I haven't found anyone like you. How can I find it? It doesn't exist anywhere else. As far as I can see, I only see you. I don't even look ahead of that. In October 2024, Sumit posted this deeply romantic message to Jenny alongside an unseen video of her dancing joyfully in the sunlight after celebrating Holi. The video was simple but beautiful. Jenny looked carefree and happy, moving with color still dusted around her. It was intimate and genuine. the kind of content that makes fans root for them all over again. The comment section filled with love. One fan, Neptuni969, wrote, "My favorite couple. I wish to see y'all on the show again sometime soon." I couldn't agree more. Jenny and Sumit have always felt like the heart of The Other Way. Yet, despite that support, they've been noticeably absent from major spin-offs. They haven't appeared on recent seasons of Happily Ever After or other franchise extensions. It almost feels as if the show has quietly moved on from them. Perhaps their storyline no longer carries the explosive tension producers crave. After Sumit's family, including his once resistant mother, finally accepted Jenny, the central conflict resolved. Without screaming matches or ultimatums, maybe there isn't enough chaos to justify their return. In May 2024, Jenny even took matters into her own hands. She publicly commented on the official casting page at 90 Day Fiancé Cast, writing, "Jenny and Sumit would love to be back on The Other Way." It was a direct, transparent request. Some fans interpreted her comments as desperation. She explained that a lot had happened in their lives since leaving the show, and that there was more story to tell. But the internet can be brutal. Certain commenters told her she didn't need to come back. One even labeled them boring. That reaction felt harsh and unfair. After everything they gave viewers, the tears, the secrets, the family drama, calling them boring seemed dismissive. Yet Jenny and Sumit appeared unbothered publicly. Still, the reality may be that the naysayers are right in one sense. There is no active drama left. All the major obstacles have been resolved. They are happy. Their marriage appears stable. There are no explosive feuds dominating headlines. From a reality TV standpoint, stability doesn't always sell. It's ironic. For years, fans criticized their relationship and predicted their downfall. Now that they've proven everyone wrong by thriving, their happiness might be the very reason they fade from the franchise spotlight. Unless something dramatic happens, which I genuinely hope it doesn't, there may be no compelling storyline left for producers to explore. And based on Summit's emotional note, staging fake tension or a breakup feels completely out of character for them. His message to Jenny said everything. It wasn't written for cameras or ratings. It was personal, affectionate, and sincere. Maybe that's the real conclusion of their story. Not a shocking split, not a scandal, just two people who fought against the odds and chose each other. As much as I would love to see them back on 90 Day Fiancé, part of me understands that their journey might have reached its natural reality TV ending. Jenny and Sumit started as one of the most chaotic couples in franchise history. They may end as one of the rare success stories.